Hello guys, and welcome to this new episode, The Unexplainable. Today I will take you to a place that has fueled the imagination of millions of people around the world and is at the center of countless conspiracy theories. A place so secret and inaccessible that its very name evokes a sense of mystery. I'm talking, of course, about Area 51, located in the heart of the Nevada desert north of Las Vegas. It's a military base officially known as the Nevada Test and Training Range. But despite its stated purpose being training and testing for the American forces, many people believe that behind its barbed wire fences hides something else, something much darker. So here are the mysteries of the Area 51, obviously of Area 51 located. Official story. Let's start with a bit of history, the official one, of course. The Area 51 area was born in the 50s in the midst of the Cold War, when the world was immersed in unprecedented geopolitical tension. It was 1955, and the United States government made the decision to build a military base in Nevada, a place so remote that it was perfect for carrying out operations that would not end up under the eyes of the public opinion. The official version suggests that it was created mainly for the development and testing of experimental aircraft, as well as advanced military technologies. One of the first and most important projects that saw the light right here was the famous U-2 spy plane used for high-altitude reconnaissance missions. The U-2 program was supposed to be strictly confidential. The goal was to fly over the Soviet Union and other countries without being detected by enemy radars. For this reason, the government needed an isolated place, far from prying eyes, where they could conduct flight tests and develop this technology. And that area, immersed in the desert, was perfect for the purpose, far from large populated centers and very difficult to access. In the 60s, the base was also the hub for the development of another legendary aircraft, the Strategic Reconnaissance 71 Blackbird. This aircraft was capable of flying at very high speeds, over Mach 3, and at extremely high altitudes. It was built to gather strategic information during the Cold War, and for decades remained one of the best-kept secrets of the United States. But all this secrecy began to seem suspicious. As the years went by, the American population began to ask questions. Although it was logical that certain military projects remained shrouded in mystery. But why? Why were the base's own employees categorically forbidden to openly discuss their activities or forced to sign extremely strict confidentiality agreements? Consider that the very existence of Area 51 was denied by the United States government for decades until, in 2013, declassified documents confirmed it. Why not think that the reason for all that pressure to keep that place secret was something else? A reason that, if discovered, could have completely shaken up society. And this is where the first conspiracy theories were born. Mysterious theories. The name Area 51 alone is synonymous with conspiracy. There are countless conspiracy theories surrounding the base, so many that it would be impossible to mention them all. Anyway, each of them falls into a very specific category. The one that has to do with UFOs and aliens, the one that talks about secret experiments, mind control and unconventional weapons, and the one about so-called black projects. Let's look at them together, one by one. The most well-known theory, the one that has contributed to making Area 51 a symbol of mystery worldwide, is related to UFOs and aliens. Many believe that the base holds tangible evidence of extraterrestrial life. This theory originates from a famous event that occurred in 1947 known as the Roswell incident. According to the official version, a United States Army weather balloon would have crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. But for conspiracy theorists, that was nothing more than a cover-up. What would have crashed to the ground was a real flying saucer, and the remains of it, as well as the recovered alien bodies, would have been taken to the base to be studied and analyzed in secret. There is even a video from the time that would depict the autopsy performed on the body of an alien, but it is commonly believed to be a fake. Anyway, this story has continued to grow over the years, fueled especially by figures like Bob Lazar, a former base technician who has long claimed to have worked on alien technology. When he was there, Lazar claimed to have seen aircraft that use propulsion based on a chemical element unknown on Earth, further fueling the myth that this place is a research center to study and replicate alien technology. Although his claims were met with skepticism, many believe they may contain at least some truth. In 2017, the declassification of documents related to the Pentagon's Unidentified Flying Object Research Program reignited the debate. These documents show that the government has indeed investigated unexplainable sightings, fueling further speculation about what might be kept in Area 51. But that's not all. After the famous Roswell incident, sightings of unidentified flying objects around the area would have multiplied dramatically. Numerous civilian and military pilots reported encounters with strange flying objects in the skies above the base at the time, and many residents began to report mysterious lights moving at speeds and with maneuverability unexplainable by the technology of the time. For example, one of the most cited cases is that of 1965, when a commercial logging pilot reported an encounter with a strange flying object that seemed to defy the laws of physics, accelerating and changing direction in an unexpected manner. This case, widely documented, has never received a rational explanation, not even from skeptics, who nonetheless tend to be of the opinion that it has to do with the secret testing of advanced aircraft rather than the presence of extraterrestrials on our planet. Even more recently, the unidentified flying object theory has continued to make headlines. In 2019, the event, known as the Area 51 raid, born from a viral joke on social media, attracted the attention of millions of internet users around the world. Tens of thousands of people claimed they wanted to invade the base to discover the secrets that were kept there. Although the raid ended up being a peaceful event, the media hype had the desired effect and conspiracy theories gained even more strength. But as I was saying, the unidentified flying object theory is not the only one that exists. The second conspiracy theory suggests that the base in Nevada is the place where secret experiments bordering on science fiction are conducted. These would include unconventional weapons, advanced technologies, and even mind control experiments. In fact, it is believed that the base has been used to develop and test military technologies that go far beyond what we publicly know. Some speak of directed energy weapons, capable of destroying targets without the use of bullets or explosives. Others speak of weather control experiments, a theory that links to the so-called high-frequency active auroral research program, high-frequency active auroral research program, a government project accused of manipulating the atmosphere. However, mind control is one of the most disturbing concepts. Conspiracy theories suggest that the base's scientists are still working on techniques to control human behavior through the use of chemical substances or electromagnetic signals. Even though it sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie, these ideas have taken hold in part because of real experiments. Like the CIA's Ultra Makeup Project, which in the 50s and 60s explored mind control techniques through drugs and hypnosis, and partly because it's thought that governments are always looking for a way to control the masses. Isn't just a dark hypothesis, but a fact, at least for a large part of the population. And finally, the third conspiracy theory about Area 51 is that of the so-called black projects, top secret research operations funded through non-transparent channels. This is the least known thesis by the general public, but in a certain sense also the most credible and terrifying one. A black project represents a government initiative that does not appear in the public budget and of which the details are unknown. For many conspiracy theorists, Area 51 would be the hub of these secret programs, mostly dedicated to the development of innovative technologies. What makes this hypothesis disturbing is that if a government keeps a technology away from the prying eyes of the public, the use it makes of it could go against the interest of the population itself and benefit only the government that creates it or who knows what other secret organization. Some claim that among the projects under development there would be invisible planes, advanced drones, or military technology so sophisticated as to make current defense systems obsolete in possession of all the other countries in the world. Such a thing would be extremely dangerous and would give the United States a military and strategic advantage capable of bringing all opponents to their knees, especially in a possible world conflict. Be that as it may, these theories remain simple speculations. The secrecy policy adopted has always been very effective. So, thinking that we can really penetrate the thick cloud of mystery that surrounds Area 51 for now seems like pure utopia. At this point, one has to ask, where is the truth? It's all fantasies. It's time to give the floor to the skeptics. As just mentioned, Area 51 has been at the center of a dense web of conspiracy theories for decades. This almost obsessive interest in it led the United States authorities to first deny its existence and then to publicly acknowledge it, but by releasing official statements that explain the true nature of the military base, trying to dispel suspicions related to alleged encounters with extraterrestrials or ethically questionable experiments. But then why have hundreds of witnesses talked about unidentified flying object sightings or the existence of extraordinary technologies on the edge of science fiction? The answer might be simpler than we imagine. At the beginning, telling the official story of the base, I mentioned the development of aircraft during the Cold War, like the U-2 spy plane or the A-12 Oxcart. These planes, extremely innovative for their time, flew at very high altitudes and had unusual designs, different from anything that had ever been seen in the skies. Is it really so unlikely that this was the reason they were mistaken for UFOs? The issue of secrecy, then, has a more than logical justification. The projects that were being developed there were and still are of crucial importance for national security. During the Cold War, technological superiority in the aerospace field could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Keeping these developments secret meant not allowing enemies, particularly the Soviet Union, to know about American technologies in advance. That the aura of mystery stimulated the collective imagination is another matter. And what about Bob Lazar's claims? Well, this is perhaps the most controversial point of the matter. In the end, it's just about determining the reliability of this character. Many have highlighted various contradictions in his version of events, and his story sharply contrasts with that of another witness who appears more reliable. A certain Hugh Slater, who held the rank of colonel at the time Lazar worked at the base. He stated over and over again that the technologies he referred to had absolutely nothing to do with extraterrestrials. Sure, they were extremely advanced technologies, but developed on Earth and certainly not imported from other planets. But then why does Bob Lazar swear he saw alien technology with his own eyes? Well, maybe for the desire to end up in the spotlight, or because he really believes what he's saying. Sometimes the degree of self-conviction can reach such levels as to develop false memories and absolute certainty about events or facts that never actually occurred. So all the skeptics agree on one point. As much as Area 51 still represents a mystery, an inaccessible place full of secrets. It is highly unlikely that these have to do with dark aliens, experiments, and science fiction technologies. Be that as it may, Area 51 is not just a physical place, but also a cultural symbol of mystery and secrecy around the world. It has inspired dozens of movies, television series, and video games that have fueled the myth of aliens and government conspiracies. In short, no matter what one really thinks of this secret military base, what is certain is that it has left a mark on our society. So, can we really know for sure what it contains? Unfortunately, no, and it's unlikely that the mystery can be solved in the future. But at this point, the floor is yours. What do you think about Area 51? Is it really just a military base dedicated to the development of innovative technologies and aircraft? Or does it hide a darker side than what they want us to believe? Let me know your opinion in a comment. The Unexplainable is a series conceived, written, and hosted by Luca Perella. Sound design by Matteo D'Alessandro. Listen to it on YouTube or on all music and podcast platforms.